The most anticipated earnings releases for the week of March 24th, 2025. Presented by earningswhispers. There are more than 150 companies scheduled to report earnings this week. Those reporting skew towards healthcare. After the close on Monday, we'll get results from Oklo, which had a big rally in January into early February, but has since given all of that back. This is a longer-term story about the demand for nuclear energy more than near-term results, so a pullback after earnings would likely be a buying opportunity, but there is some fresh supply overhead. Intuitive Machines also reports on Monday, but earlier in the day. The company has little to do with nuclear, but it has a similar story where the stock had a strong rally, but has given all of those gains back and hovering above the price of control. It is also a longer-term story rather than short-term, but we need to make sure things are still heading in the right direction as it finds support. Tuesday will be topped by GameStop, which reports after the close on Tuesday. The gaming industry has been weak to start the year, but GameStop is less a meme stock now and more of a turnaround story, as it improves its execution and moves into things like trading cards. Before the open on Tuesday, we'll get results from canadiansolar. At some point, these stocks are going to bottom, allegedly, but there is no sign of such yet. Nearly all of its peers have reported disappointing results, and expectations are for continued weakness from canadiansolar. Most of the interest on Wednesday is in two names reporting before the open and two stocks that are trending in the opposite direction. If there is something positive in dollartree, it is that the stock, so far, is bouncing off its November lows. Yet, this stock is trading lower and needs an 80 handle to reverse that sell-off from last summer. The other is Chewy, which is seeing some industry softness, but is continuing to take market share and has positive trends that are expected to continue. The main company getting looked at on Thursday is Lululemon, which is seeing mixed results in the US, but gaining in China. Investors, however, really don't like it, and short interest is at a high. About 10 minutes later, KULR Technology will report, which beat expectations and had a huge rally following the election, but has given most of it back. Interestingly enough, sentiment has increased significantly since reporting earnings, but so has short interest. There are a handful of companies reporting on Friday, but none that have much coverage or a lot to read into. There aren't quite as many big moves getting priced into the options ahead of earnings this week, but that's primarily because there aren't as many optional stocks of companies reporting earnings. One stock of note is Steelcase, which averages a 7.7% move when it reports earnings, but options are priced for a 22.7% move this time. It isn't the earnings for the quarter that are likely to move the stock, but rather the guidance, and the stock is revisiting the $11 level heading into earnings. Finally, the calendar moves out now to give us a better look at the start of earnings season. Chipotle, IBM, Pepsi, and others have confirmed to report during the third week of April, but there are still more names that will schedule in these dates in the coming weeks.
Shh.